Here, aren't they, today at the Magic? Everyone, you look around this ground, we have since midday, and everyone has been smiling broadly. It is a tremendous day, a fantastic occasion, and day two to come tomorrow after 40 minutes here that could easily send shivers down your back because of challenges like that will be coming in thick and fast.
Yeah, there'll be plenty more on being served up, that's for sure. Shaun Wane, the Wigan coach, will be very, very happy with the way that they've really sucked in this Leeds outfit. And Leeds don't really know how to respond to it. It's a good old-fashioned ploy, but I'm telling you, Shaun Wane has got these young Wigan players playing out of their skin.
I wonder what he said to them all at half-time. Bill's got the details.
Eddie, the message was don't let up. You've got Leeds rattled, let's keep them there. Let's keep the pressure on and just don't release the screw on them. They know that Leeds are not being able to settle to their own game, and that is the intention in this second 40 minute. They know that if Leeds can get into their game, then that could spell trouble. Leeds, for their part, know exactly what's going on, and it's the mystery why they've been allowed themselves to get suckered into this, because Wigan have tried their damnedest to put Leeds off their stride. They've succeeded very well indeed. Shaun Wane getting into the referee's ear as the players came off at half-time, questioning the reasoning between two of his players, Sinbin, and just one from the Leeds camp. And Ben Thaler, hats off to the referee, because he's done this with a smile, and he's just told me as the players came out, he said, I'm enjoying this, it's great fun.
Well, he is, because he's the man in the middle, and he's not in the middle of tackles like that. But, well, the two coaches know that there are two priceless points at stake here. And certainly, if Leeds do win it in the end, it'll be a nice cushion between themselves and Wigan. But of course, Wigan win it with their game in hand. They are right in the mix for the League Leaders' Shield come the end of the season. This, meanwhile, is Ben Jones-Bishop for the Rhinos.
They've got to change their tactics though, as the Rhinos. They've got to make sure that they get over their advantage line with the big forwards. I'm afraid they haven't been able to do that.
You're right, that's not a tactical thing though, Mike, that's a physical thing, isn't it? Setting off, running hard and fast enough to go forward when you hit some defenders instead of backwards.
Yeah, but what I'm saying, Leeds aren't doing that. Simple as that. That's the reason why they're at the top of the table, because most of the time their forwards take control. I'm afraid they're getting a lot of their own medicine back. Well,
they're trailing 12-4, and they trailed last week at Castleford. They came back and won the match in the second half, and they kept the Tigers scoreless in the second 40.
What a wonderful kick. Wonderful kick. That'll lift their spirits, and that is a great chase.
Yes, terrific chase. Maguire with the chase, helped out by Bailey. Manfredi with nowhere to go. There was Burgess, and here now is Dan Sargentson. And Greg Hughes will take the ball forward. This Magic event is being watched by a record crowd on day one here today. The Rugby Football League promised us that ticket sales were up, and there we are. Over 36,000 have attended day one. 4 matches, 3 matches tomorrow, and I bet we'll be there or thereabouts for that total again tomorrow. Meanwhile, Kevin Sinfield with a problem.
Yeah.
Joe Burgess isn't the biggest player to play for Wigan, but he breaks through tackles. They did it in the first half. Look at that. Even after he's hit the first defender, he's gone forward.
Is it a clash of heads, this? No, it's a clash of head on shoulder, I think, and
the elbow as well didn't help. Nothing untowards about it.
No, this is it. That's the loose elbow. The left elbow that's hit Kevin Sinfield. Flush on the jaw.
Well, he knows how important it is. Brian McDermott, the coach, needs the thinker, and he certainly is. There's the skipper.
And once again, Brian McDermott at pitch side, as he was in the first half. And watching here as Wigan come forward once again, and that is Dom Crosby. Matty Smith gone for a 40-20 here, but just didn't quite get the power behind it, didn't get the angle right either. Ben Jones-Bishop has it, but he's stopped dead in his tracks and dumped to the ground by Green and Hughes.
He can't go anywhere, can he? When Ben Jones-Bishop looks up in front of him, he's confronted by a Wigan wall.
Can they keep this going? That's the big question. Can Wigan keep this going?
They look like they're enjoying defending at the minute, Eddie. They know that they're getting under the skin of the Rhinos players, and some of the senior players as well seem to be a bit rattled by it.
If you get into their faces, I mean, it's a long time since I've seen in Leeds this year where they've been forced into nearly one-out football, one-out plays.
There's another by Bailey. And here's the last tackle coming up for the Leeds Rhinos. And it goes high off the boot of Sutcliffe, really high. Bowen positioned himself neatly underneath it. He then spreads the play and finds Burgess.
It wasn't the best kick, Eddie.
Where is Burgess playing at the moment? Because he's hardly been seen on the wing, has he? He's been all over the place tonight.
He's put in a good stint, that is for sure. But it's amazing how these Wigan youngsters. We talk so often, don't we, about, you know, can they handle the pressure? Boy, they've done that. Not only that, they've sucked this Rhinos outfit in now and again. I've been impressed with this fellow as well, George Williams.
Well, I tell you what, you know, this is a tribute to the junior development that goes on behind the scenes of the Super League, and both of these clubs are very big into bringing young players through and introducing them in to the big league.
It's about coming through the systems of the club and buying into the culture. And whether you're Leeds Rhinos fan or you're a Wigan fan, both clubs are doing it right, because the youngsters that are unsure, that have come through the systems, are absolutely on top of the game. There's one player, Eddie, I do want to point out, and I've been very impressed with him. Young Ryan Sutton, number 37, only making his 4th appearance, and he's not backing down from any challenge.
And he's 18 years of age.
It's incredible.
And no one is backing down in a Wigan jersey tonight so far. Williams went for a big hit then on Luluai. Did come off second best. Or was that Ryan Sutton who went to him? I think it was. I think it was Ryan Sutton. Once again. So here come Leeds, looking to prise open this rock-solid Wigan defence so far.
But look how flat Leeds are in attack. Normally you find it at a great angle. Look at them scrambling in defence. It is tremendous.
And Blake Green's having a massive match. He really is. He was the man who stuck to Carl Ablett like a limpet mine. Booming pass wide. And Joel Moon. High kick on the last with the left foot. Zach Hardacre couldn't chase. He'd come from an offside position. Pointed out by referee Ben Thaler.
And another great take by Matty Bowen. They put him under a lot of pressure, but he's been equal to everything that Leeds have thrown at him or kicked at him.
Manfredi to his feet, plays it to Bowen. Bowen was expecting the challenge, it never came. He got past the first two, but Moon saw to it he wasn't making any progress forward.
Well, we're going to have just introduced Sam Powell, though. You might have seen him pass the ball, the white shirt in number 19. They've played with just 15 players up to this point, 46 minutes into the game. They've also got Darryl Goulding on the bench, but Sam Powell went over to the World Club Challenge, sadly injured before the game and missed that big opportunity. What about this for a game to come on and play in?
Yes, not bad, is it? Sam Powell, England Knights international, 21 years of age. Little dink there by Matty Smith, didn't quite come off. Maguire had it red all the way.
Yeah, that was a bad option, really, because up until that, Matty Smith's kicking game has been superb. He's been keeping the ball low, making Leeds having to turn back. Now then, good advantage here, Sinfield.
Yes, good run from Sinfield. Dropped the left shoulder, but there's I think, what's happened in back play?
Well, I think Carl Ablett may have been taken out before he had the ball, and I think Don Manfredi is going to be penalised for it.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Ablett gets knocked to the ground, and Manfredi will a bit of a ticking off from Ben Thaler, the official. Now then,
magic debut for Don Manfredi.
This is a golden opportunity now, Leeds. They need something.
Well, this is a chance for them.
They need to just build the momentum, because it's been disrupted so often by this Wigan defence. Oh, that was a shocker.
And it did well to hang on to it, did Maguire. Powell all over him. Sinfield. Here is Luluai. Again, solid defence, and leading the way, Don Crosby. Sinfield, 20 metres out Leeds. Here is Hardacre. Another good hit by Sutton.
Yeah, picked him out. Knew that the fullback was coming in on the angle. They've worked hard. You've got to give credit to Sean Wayne.
Peacock now. He doesn't make any progress forward either. Hughes and Crosby saw to that. Sinfield. Here's Maguire. Maguire with a pass wide to Joel Moon, who tries to go in between two.
And lost it.
Knock on by Leeds, says Ben Taylor. Scrum down, head and feed therefore to Wigan.
Yeah, you can see him losing control well before he got anywhere near Anthony Gelling.
This is not the Leeds who have gone through this season with only one defeat under their belts.
And
they're being knocked out of their stride.
They are.
It's a brilliant tactical plan that we're going to coming up with. It's aggressive, and it's making sure that Brian McDermott's team do not play their usual style.
Can you imagine wearing the Leeds Rhinos shirt? You're catching the ball. Not only have you got to see what's in front of you, but you've got to see what's behind you as well, because Wigan are pressurising them that much. And as I said in the first half, Eddie, you've got to admire what Sean Wayne's put into these plays, because whether you're a young player, whether you're a senior player, whoever puts on that Wigan shirt have come in and they've done a sterling job this afternoon.
Something about the magic, you know, they've turned on the style the last 2 years of Wigan. They're doing so again here tonight. They beat St Helens 2012, 42-16, and of course they beat Leeds here last year. And here comes a great run from Crosby. Hardaker's after him, and Hardaker gets to him.
Beautiful little offload that put the big fella through.
Now then, Blake Green, can he weave some magic? That was touched back to zero. So the tackle can't restart as Bowen got a risky one away to Hughes, then took the return. And Bowen carrying it one-handed, Matty Bowen! That's the zero tackle brought down by Peacock. Good job too. Sargentson. And Sargentson to within half a metre of the line. Bowen, looping pass into the arms of Powell. Powell then finds Green. Here's McIloran, taking it forward, straight into the chest of Delaney. Second tackle, this repeat set for the Wigan Warriors. Powell having a go, clawed to the ground by Ian Kirk. McIloran once again. He was asking the referee for a penalty then. And the referee's unimpressed, and he's still unimpressed. Powell will have a run himself, and Powell just short and
he's
lost the ball. Well, we credited the Wigan defence. Let's credit Ian Kirk for that.
Yeah, it certainly is, but Powell nearly took a good advantage. You could see Peacock's on his backside, and they were very, very slow to get themselves sorted out. Good job that Kirk came into it. But boy, the big fella just got through. How many times have they done that? Crosby, we saw a couple of good breaks by the prop forward Dutson in the first half. They've been outstanding at Wigan.
But Paul Wallen said at half-time, didn't he? If Wigan scored next, he thought that the Leeds had no chance, really, because it'd be too difficult to claw back that deficit. Leeds are aware they have to hold out the Warriors, even though their attack hasn't really functioned as it had for most of this season. The timing of the runs and maybe some of the execution hasn't been as we've expected it, but look at that defence. 3 players pushing back a Leeds player. And when Leeds have to defend, well, there isn't the same intensity or control. I don't know whether Wigan looks stronger and fitter today than the Leeds side, but certainly all those physical battles, most seem to be won by a player in a white shirt.
Yeah,
Indeed so.
They have absolutely battered this Leeds outfit.
And McIloran looks like a man on a mission, doesn't he?
He's been absolutely brilliant. He's led the line, he's hit on suspicion, he's really getting under the skin of some of the players at Leeds. And he's just one of those players, Eddie, that you love to play with, because you know what he brings to the game every week.
Well, he began the night at loose forward, and he's been in at dummy half plenty of times. And that was, sadly for Danny Maguire, a loose carry.
But that's a
frustration for Hardaker as well, because he was onto the loose ball.
But that's a type of play that we know that Maguire can do it, and it was not clean. That was good defence, wasn't it? Just pulled the ball carrying arm away, knocked it away. But he's the type of man that could change this game, but I'm afraid they find it extremely difficult.
11 handling errors for Wigan. That was the 8th for Leeds. Here, meanwhile, is Gelling again. He went through a very tight gap, and it was closed down quickly by Moon and Delaney. Powell, and here's that man, Don Crosby, again. Sam Powell is waiting. Matty Smith goes on a run down the right-hand side. He gives it to Blake Green instead. Short ball then from Blake Green to Jack Hughes.
And you can see Blake Green, he's absolutely screaming and screaming. There is a penalty. Sinfield is bemused.
I think he's picked out Carl Ablett there for a ball steal.
I think it was Sinfield, Eddie.
Either or, it's a penalty to Wigan. Are they going to go for two? No, they're not. They're going to run it. And here goes Sutton.
How's that for confidence?
Powell again. And Smith. Smith drops the pass off to Bowen. That's good tackling, though, by Joel Moon.
And again, Blake Green is screaming at his players.
Gelling.
Get yourself inside. Get yourself sorted out.
Solid run from Gelling, too.
He's in a big game, hasn't he?
Powell, and here is Smith on his knees. Blake Green gets it away to Sargentson. Sargentson was trapped low down. Hughes again will take it forward for Wigan. They get to within 7-8 metres of the line. Here comes the last tackle for Wigan. Powell and Green gets away. McAlorum! Michael McAlorum! Sin Bend! Incidents on report all over the place, but burst onto that pass and gets the third try for Wigan tonight, right under the sticks. What's more, his first try of 2014 on his 150th Super League appearance. Michael McAlorum, and that could be a killer blow for the Rhinos.
Yeah, it's going to be very difficult. You can see Sinfield accused of stealing the ball from the penalty. They have the confidence, and boy, he has battered them as McAlorum. He's bemused them, and he has led this team to surely now a wonderful upset. You would not have given them a chance. So many injuries to so many stars, and I keep repeating, Sean Wayne said they will give it a big dig. Oh, Phil, unbelievable performance.
Well, it does remind us, 2 years ago we were at Headingley when Wigan fielded a couple of youngsters. We hadn't heard of Rodri Lloyd and we didn't really know about Dom Crosby. On that occasion, I think they put 50 points on them. So the Wigan side, when they get up to it, and I imagine, having lost at Headingley 2 weeks ago, that was almost an advantage to the Warriors, an extra motivation to get up for this occasion and play well on the big stage. You know, when you consider how much possession Leeds have had and how long they've spent attacking Wigan's try line in this game, it's phenomenal that Wigan lead this match at present.
And Matty Smith adds the extras, and Wigan lead now by 18 points to 4. And Sean Wayne said if they win this, it'll be his best ever victory. Because of the team he's got out there.
Yeah, and he'll be so proud of his captain today. Okay, spent a stint in the sin bin, but they have just battered the opposition. Good old-fashioned, get into their faces. They have never allowed Leeds any latitude, any space to create an openings. Wigan have.
Well, only one of the team has scored 3 tries against the Rhinos this year. That was the Saints, and they came out with a victory. Is 3 tries enough for Wigan? I think they might fancy some more the way they're going. This fella certainly does, McAlorum. He's on halfway, gets to his feet. Green. Green's been in the engine room, and McAlorum's been in the front line. Green again, high kick. Oh, they're chasing this.
It's a belter.
It's bounced forward. It's bounced forward. Sargentson thought he had the chance when the ball bounced.
Well, every department, Wigan have been superior.
But it was a very enthusiastic chase, that.
Yeah, the kicking chase has been outstanding. The kicking game is, especially from both Matty Smith and Blake Green, they've controlled it. Whereas everyone thought that it would have been the Rhinos that would come out today and have the control, but I'm afraid they've never been allowed to play, have they?
Not in the first 57 minutes. There's still 23 to go, Steve-O. You'd never know. It's only 14 points. You never know. If Wigan can keep this attack, this defence rather going, you do never know. This is a 0 tackle, though.
Yeah.
Sutcliffe got to it. The referee will bring them back for the first offence, which is the knock-on, and Leeds get head and feet.
Yeah, you're right, Eddie. It is not over yet, but you'd have to feel confident the way that this Wigan defence is treating the attack from Leeds. And it's going to take something really special. And the man that's just feeding the ball, he's capable of doing that. Maybe a little trickle through, chip over the top. Haven't been able to force his way through.
Well, they haven't had time to think. Every time they get the ball, there were players in white and red jerseys surrounding them.
Yeah.
Peacock.
Oh, look at that.
What a hit that was.
You've just got to cut down the thinking time of Leeds Rhinos. It's easier said than done when there's so many skillful players, Eddie.
But here they come. Here come the Rhinos with Stevie Ward. But look at them. The terrier-like in the tackle. I'm so impressed by Ryan Sutton. Kirk. Bang. Down he goes. Sinfield. Peacock. Peacock. Back he comes to Maguire. Maguire. Hardacre. Here's Joel Moon. Here's Joel Moon. Bounces off the ground like a rubber ball, keeps things going. Hardacre again. Hardacre running laterally, looking for the opening. Will it come? Finds Ablett. Ablett spins out of one challenge, gets over. Leeds aren't done. Leeds aren't done yet. Ablett with the try. Is that the moment that Leeds bounce back? Is that the moment that we look back and say the Ablett try was the game changer? Carl Ablett with the try. He missed last year's magic, but he got a try here in 2012. He's just got an even more important try in the context of this match.
Yeah, give them the opportunity. And as I said, Leeds have to just keep trying, keep the ball alive. Moon did ever so well there. Looked as though he'd been stopped. Gets it away. Maguire. Then the fullback. And Ablett, well, twinkle toes here. This is very good indeed. Look at that step. Should have got to him. Nice step again. Left Matty Bowen for DEAD.
So Sinfield then, from bang in front, doesn't make any mistakes whatsoever. And the Fat is back in the fire again. And, well, he doesn't think it's over. And neither do you, Phil, I don't think.
Well, what he needs to hope here, that this missed tackle from Wigan and this try is a result of some fatigue setting in for the Warriors, which would give him and his team some hope. Ablett here clearly gets away from Green and then crashes through a couple of arms and tackles that can't quite hold him out. And as we get into the final quarter, when you think about how hard Wigan had to work in the first half to hold out the Rhinos, maybe, just maybe, there is a start to the Wigan side may just tire a little here in this final 20 minutes.
And Kevin Sinfield maintains his record of scoring in every magic that he has played in. And this is the 8th. And watched tonight and all through the day, this first day of Magic 2014, by a record crowd for any single day since this spring, early summer festival was dreamt up by the Rugby League. And Jamie will be our guest tomorrow in the studio. I hope he's got some energy left to be with us, and I wonder what his demeanour will be like if Leeds lose this. Let's go down to Bill. We've got 20 minutes to go, Bill.
Yeah, talking of energy, and there was speculation there that Wigan might be tiring, but they have been very canny and have kept some resources up their sleeves. Scott Taylor just about to return for them, and they've got plenty of interchanges left as well, whereas Leeds have just got 2 in the bag. So there's 5 left, well, 6 including Taylor for Wigan, just 2 for Leeds.
That could be crucial, and that, talking of crucial, was there's Taylor waiting to come back. That was a crucial tackle by John Bateman on Ryan Hall down this near touchline. Matty Bowen.
Oh, what a time to come up with an error. The kick was superb, kept it low.
Just have a little look at the kick there from Zach Hardacre. It's bobbling side to side, very difficult to take. Matty Bowen's had to come from the open down to the blind there. He has a little look up. He knows that he's made the fumble. He knows that he's put his team under pressure, but he's a very good player, Matty Bowen.
I don't think it was the kick that there was a problem for him. It was the speed with which Hardacre chased it. He knew he was on him in a second, and he had to pick it up. Now Leeds 6 more players. They need 6 more points, and then we've got a game on.
Yeah, Moon was tackled by McIlroy and bounced off him, but Sam Powell came in, made sure he wasn't going any further forward. There's Powell on Jamie Peacock, 10 metres away.
It's as though Leeds have got their belief back.
They have. Sutcliffe, Ablett again! Held up just short of the line. Great tackle by Sargentson. Here is Maguire. Maguire then to Ian Kirk. Wigan fans will be biting their nails at this point because there's plenty of time. There's only 8 points in it. Leeds get over here, and we really do, as Phil says, have a game on our hand. They've got a man on the overlap, and they're going through the gap.
You can't get it down.
Somehow they keep him out. Joel Moon stands, plays the ball. Sinfield pushes everyone out from dummy half. Here is Maguire, crossfield kick, right under the sticks. Ball is packed there, and this will be a goal line dropout. The pressure's building from the Rhinos.
Oh, is it ever? Good work by Sargentson. Make sure he got the fingertips to it. You don't try to even take a ball in that position. You just say, let's flick it out. Good dropout is needed now.
And some Wigan players are breathing heavy. And Blake Green, I think, has picked up a bit of a knock in that. He's holding his left arm.
It might be a little bit of experience as well, Eddie. They've been put under a lot of pressure, and he just wants to maybe find a little bit of time.
This is going to be an interesting final 18 minutes. The kick goes up, the pressure's on, not taking any chances. Wigan bat it dead. An interesting 18 minutes because you've got Leeds Rhinos who've been in this situation before. And with Sargentson who gets the ball, who bats it dead. I can't see where there's an injury to Blake Green.
That's what I said, Terry. An experienced player, Green. The referee's not going to be kidded, and not surprisingly, he said, I'll play on.
Steve, what I was going to say was Leeds Rhinos have been in this position before. They've been behind with 18 minutes to go, 8 points behind. A lot of these Wigan youngsters have never experienced the big occasion. They don't need to win this game in the next couple of plays because they're already in front. They just need to defend. Solid
run from Ryan Hall from the goal line dropout. Here is Sinfield. Now it's Maguire. Peacock, shoulder to the wheel for Jamie Peacock.
And not surprisingly, you see the skipper has gone into dummy half. He wants to control things from out there.
Maguire gets it away. Here is Hardaker. It found him by Sutcliffe. Here is Ablett again. He's a real Trojan for Leeds, this fellow. Hardaker. Stevie Ward. Thought about the short pass to Kirk, maybe the long one over the top.
Great tackle from McAlorum. Really snuffed him out.
Maguire, long ball and finds Moon. And Moon gets the ball. What a try for Ryan Hall. It's his second of the match. It was created by the brilliance of Joel Moon. And he stretched out and plumbed the ball over the line. Leeds are still in this.
How on earth did Joel Moon get that ball out to this fella? Amazing. His first try, it was a dribble. It wasn't the best pass. He picked it up. A little bit of fortune there going his way. But the offload from Joel Moon is superb. Missed the man out. He gets it, flicks it. Did the right thing, Ryan Hall.
What about the footwork from Joel Moon here? He bamboozles 3 players up. He sidesteps a couple of times, draws in the winger, and then all of a sudden the man who is there all the time on the edge scoring those tries, it's Ryan Hall.
2 tries tonight. Blake Green, I don't think he's kidding anybody, Steve-O. He's on his way off the field.
Yeah,
and he wouldn't leave it, wouldn't leave the scene of this. There's somewhere in there, he was
looked like a
left
bicep, didn't it? The inside of his left arm seemed to be the injury.
The body language tells you that's pretty serious.
Yeah.
So, Sinfield with this kick. Oh, and he's tried to draw it over the bar, but it just stays on the line. He kicked it. So it's 4 points now, 18-14, but you get the feeling momentum shifted.
How close have all these games been, Steve-O? And this is exactly what we want to see on Magic Weekend. This is just the creativity from Joel Moon. We see him so many times in close games, in big games, that he can set up a try like that. What's the nerves like from both sets of players?
Well, it's a big quarter hour to come.
It certainly is, Eddie.
And the momentum has certainly shifted.
Yeah, 2 quick tries and ringing in the ears of this Wigan defence now. Now it's important that they don't give away a silly penalty. Trying to get out of the line a little bit too quick. He caught offside. They can't afford to do that. They know they've got to... Oh, that's a big gamble offloading that.
He came off for him because Sinfield was a little bit quicker. Church carries the battle forward on tackle number 3. This is Sinfield. Leeds, suddenly they've got a real spring in their step. Wasn't there for 57 minutes. Then we got that try from Ablett, and things have just changed visibly.
Yeah, and you've got to give a lot of credit to Brian McDermott, the coach, because he sent Kevin Sinfield in to control the ruck area at the play the ball, which has allowed Danny Maguire to stand rather wide, and he's taking control there.
And here is Maguire, and there's the kick. It's too long, though. Well, he's a fine coach, is Brian McDermott, and he knows the talent that he has under his control at Leeds. His main job is just trying to keep the lid on them time to time, because they play with such skill and they play with such speed, and he tries to not let them get carried away. That was a big hit, but Darryl Goulding came away from Lulawai's first challenge.
And again, good position is what they need, Wigan. Get over that halfway line.
Manfredi.
That's good play.
Weaves his way past 2 would-be tacklers. Sutcliffe got to him.
That's important, Eddie, that they've got into the Leeds half now.
Taylor. Oh, here's a penalty for a high shot on Taylor. Now then,
will they go for 2?
I was going to say, what would you do?
I would. I'd go for 2.
No.
18-14, it would mean that Leeds would have to score twice.
The goal kicker's not going to. It is.
You go for it.
Go for the try.
Would you? I'd take the 2 points, me, Phil. It's converted try.
No, they're going for territory. They're going for a 6-pointer, they hope.
Well, that was a disappointing effort, wasn't it, by Jamie Peacock? Give away that silly penalty.
Dudson drives it in on this first tackle, this repeat set. They're in the 20-metre zone, Wigan, on the first. There is Powell, back it comes to Smith, now Bateman.
Wigan's forwards tonight have been superb. They've battered the opposition.
And 2 games in a row against Leeds, Bateman's really got under their skin, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Powell, short ball, angled run from Hughes, halted by Lulawai, Peacock and Church. Down he goes. 3-4 metres away from the line, maybe. And that's Williams, who was a dummy half. Here is Bowen, little pass over the top, knocked down by Ryan Hall.
Who was the first knock on, though? That's a big call here. Was it a Wigan knock on first, Stuart?
I think the only knock on was by Ryan Hall there, I think. Comes out, there's a touch there. And backwards, I think that goes backwards off Goulding.
Well, Ben Taylor agrees with you, because the head and feed has gone to Wigan.
It was dangerous little flick, wasn't it?
Trying to flick it on, I think, yeah.
He could have gone straight into the basket of this fella. The bread basket, that is.
Right, here come Wigan then. With Hughes again. Up they go up the middle. And once again, 8 metres away, plays the ball. Powell couldn't get away from Kirk. Williams, who he missed out one, found its way somehow to Matty Bowen. He was looking for Matty Smith, I think.
And the nerves are starting to set in this Wigan outfit, all day. Surely they'll stay down here with the kicking game.
Don Crosby takes
Smith.
tackle number 4.
Matty Smith has to take control.
There's Williams again. Oh, and it's penalty for obstruction. He ran round the back of his own man, says Ben Taylor. Penalty to Leeds. This will relieve the pressure. No, he did.
Well, that is so unfortunate, isn't it?
We've got news on Blake Green, Bill.
Yeah, and you sense Blake Green knew exactly the extent of the injury when that first happened, and he carried on playing, but it's looking very much like a ruptured bicep, that left arm, and he knew what the problem was, and they're still trying to work out exactly how it happened, because it looked so innocuous. He was contesting that high kick. I don't think he was actually involved in the challenge, but something happened there. Blake Green back in the dressing room, and that is a big blow for Wigan, not just for today, of course, but long term. He has been in great form.
Yes, it is. That could be season ending for Blake Green, certainly for the regular rounds of the Super League season.
Well, we might get to see a bit more of Sam Powell, who's out there doing pretty well in the halves. Him and George Williams will get some chance, and they've got a pressure situation in the last 10 minutes to see how they can handle it. Doesn't get harder than this at the Super League level.
No, it doesn't. We're into the last 10 minutes, though. We're going to have a 4-point advantage. Sinfield with a bit of a hurried kick because of the pressure that was coming in on him. Straight down the throat of Matty Bowen.
Good take and a good carry as well. The Ryan Hall, too strong for him.
9 minutes remaining. Manfredi runs the ball forward again for Wigan, halted by Sinfield and Kirk. Now it's with Bateman.
Wigan have got to make a decision here. Do they hang on and play very safety first, or do they try to go for extra points? It's going to be difficult. They've got to make that decision. Is it just going to be a kick and chase, kick and chase?
Steve-O, surely they've got to keep on doing what got them in front on the scoreboard. They can't just try and defend that lead, because against Leeds Rhinos, they can score a try. They can win this game. So they've got to keep the pressure going.
Smith's kick is right down the centre of the field and straight to Hardacre on the bounce, but Smith following up has got to the Leeds full back, and with McAloram's help, down he goes. Now here is Sinfield. This is Ryan Hall building in quickly.
Great stuff. This has been a pleasure to watch.
Sinfield goes without it.
Let's play on.
Oh, that's a big call. Here comes Hardacre though. He's got support with him. Maguire. Oh, great tackle. Wonderful tackle by Williams.
He had Ben Jones Bishop there, and he can't believe it, the winger, that he didn't get the service.
Hardacre. That's the first tackle. The first one from Williams was done, the 0. Here is Delaney, and he'll drive it in. Leeds are coming strongly in the last 7.5 minutes of the match with Peacock. Forward pass.
I tell you what, I'm just going to make that statement. It looked forward to Peacock. He went very, very early indeed. Did the prop forward.
Well, Jamie Peacock cannot believe it.
Well, I can, because it was a lazy pass by Clarkson.
Right off the ruck, and Robert Hicks is right in line with it. He called it straight away. Just took a while for Ben Thaler to respond to it, but I think it is passed off the ruck forward.
Well, that just shows you that without a regular hooker.
They talk about regular hookers.
You would have had Rob Barrow in there, Phil, but you know he's been trying Brian McDermott with Chris Clarkson, but that could be very costly indeed.
Well, I want to give some praise to the hooker who's played for the other side tonight, Wigan, to get back and tackle Danny Maguire when he's done what he's done defensively in the middle of the field playing as a hooker. It's an amazing achievement to have the speed, the energy and the knowledge here, the game awareness to be in the position to stop Maguire's try, which would possibly have been the game-winning play.
As it is, Wigan are in possession, and here is the moment you're talking about, Phil. There it is, a wonderful tackle from George Williams on his magic debut, the teenager.
I agree with Phil. I think he's been outstanding as Williams.
And there he is again. Gets the ball away to Smith. Here now is Crosby.
Time and time again, they just...
Needs to be a good kick here from Wigan. Matty Smith tries to put a 40-20 in. It goes almost over the top of Ryan Hall, but he's quick enough to come back and catch it on the full. Then it's inside to Hardacre.
And it's getting to that point. Nearly less than six minutes remaining, where Leeds know they've got to test their arm, do something a little bit out of the ordinary.
If they can. Joel Moon down on the 40-metre mark, plays the ball to Clarkson. There was Maguire. Here is Peacock. Now it's with Sinfield. Sinfield to Hardacre. Hardacre to Ablett. Ablett on it goes to Liam Sutcliffe.
It's going to be important to be field position for the Wigan fullback Matty Bowen. Will he stand deep? Will he anticipate maybe a chip over the top?
Ball went backwards to Maguire. He just flicked it back into the arms of Sinfield. Sinfield's pass finds its way to Moon. He finds Hall. There's space ahead of Hall. Comes infield once again to Joel Moon. Moon keeps it going desperately and finds Sinfield. He picked the pocket of Darryl Goulding. Here comes the last tackle now for the Leeds Rhinos. It'll go up into the air off Danny Maguire. It does. But it's easy in the end for the Wigan Warriors.
Good work by Burgess. Sensed the danger, came off the left wing.
Yeah, Manfredi and Burgess have done a lot of work, haven't they? They've not been hugging the touchline today, those two. They've been right in the middle of it.
They've shared the work, haven't they? The workload has been heavy. But
Less than 5 minutes to go.
Are we going to have a thrilling finish?
Taylor wants to get up and play the ball. He does. Finds Williams. Williams then to Bateman.
Kick into the corner, that's what's needed.
Williams, Smith. There is the kick. He doesn't find touch though. He only finds Hardacre. And here come Leeds. They have a chance maybe for 2 more sets of 6.
And that's why sometimes, Eddie, it's better going for that negative play of kicking the ball dead and making sure that the clock just ticks down. You get your defensive line sorted out, and all of a sudden now Leeds Rhinos, they're attacking Wigan's half.
And here they come with Delaney. Delaney goes down, tackle number 3.
They're starting to look tired of the Wigan defenders.
Oh, Peacock would offload to Sinfield. Sinfield then gives it a bit of width and finds Hardacre. He dances away from Don Crosby. Goes for the big play up the middle. McIlaurin was there. Scott Taylor was there as well.
Hardacre's injured, or has he just run out of steam?
Here's Ablett. Ablett's still got plenty of petrol in the tank by the looks of things. Just goes down, but that's the last coming up then for Leeds. Here they come. Sinfield. Sinfield looking for Ryan Hall. Looking for Joel Moon. This is a crucial call for video referees Steve Ganson and Phil Bentham.
Well, we're used to these situations in Magic weekends. Video referee calls towards the end of the game. Are they onside to start with? It's looking like they're all onside. Generally players are when they have these last set plays.
And that proves conclusively they are.
It does. So we move on to the next bit, the important bit. Is there a knock-on in the challenge in the air?
So, this is the crucial moment. It could be the crucial moment of the Magic weekend, this.
I think the Wigan player gets to it, Eddie, and then loses it. Or does he?
Well, everybody's challenging for the ball there. Does that hit the Leeds player? Does it go forward?
Yeah, I think you'll find that Joel Moon has knocked that ball forward.
It's worth remembering that around about this time last year, Danny Maguire's try was chalked off by the video referee, but would have won the match for the Leeds Rhinos against Wigan.
I think this will be given.
It was not given for obstruction. This is a different kettle of fish.
I think he knocks on.
I think it goes into Manfredi off the Leeds player.
Do you need to be able to prove that to disallow the try, Stuart?
Well, not prove it, but if you see it.
Well, okay.
If there's no proof.
Well, okay. Is there any clear evidence there that that's gone forward from Joel Moon?
But it's come off his fingers,
it's come off his fingers
into the player who's jumping with him, Don Manfredi, isn't it?
This should be turned down.
Well, is Lightning going to strike twice? Is Lightning going to strike twice in the Magic between Leeds and Wigan? But they're having a look at the grounding now, or are they?
No, I'm fairly confident. This is a knock on this. You know, it's hit Joel Moon and it's hit the Wigan player. Now that can only be a knock on.
Well, Stuart, you are not controlling the buttons, you are not controlling the decision, but that's your opinion, and there it comes free.
I think that Joel Moon gets fingertip to it first. It then goes on to Manfredi, so therefore this try should be chalked off.
Well, that's your opinion, that's Stuart's opinion. Phil's been quiet, Terry said nout.
Big
I'm
decision.
Nothing.
No, I agree with everybody here. The Manfredi, the ball goes into Manfredi, the ball goes forward, comes off a Wigan player. That would have been a knock-on from Joel Moon, in my opinion, Eddie.
Well, I'll disagree with everybody here, and I think they're going to give this as a try. Only because the number of times they're looking at it. They're not convinced that that's a knock-on. They are not convinced it's a knock-on. The more they watch it, Stuart, the more likely this will be a try.
I think the other angle confused the issue. That, for me, that angle there is a clear knock-on.
Well, nobody dare look at the big screen here in the stadium.
So what have you gone for,
with the Leeds jersey on? Here we go. For the second year in a row, Leeds have have been denied by the video referees. Obstruction against Danny Maguire 12 months ago, and knock on by Joel Moon in 2014.
I think the officials, the video referee, has got this spot on.
And just to explain, Stuart, it is because it comes off Moon here and hits the Wigan player. That is a knock-on.
That's where the knock-on. We saw one in the first half where he lost the ball and he got it back before it hit an opposition player, and that's the difference.
Well, you could excuse Leeds for not enjoying the Magic Weekend, because that's the second year in a row that that has happened.
I think they enjoyed the first one, though.
They didn't enjoy last year. It's a big decision, but everybody up here is agreed it was the right one.
It's not the final decision. It's not the final. 2 minutes left. Can Leeds conjure any magic? You know, Ben Jones-Bishop's been quiet about his own standards. Has he got a special trick in his bag?
Here he is.
Well, I can't believe that I have seen Matty Smith just belt that ball straight down towards the winger. It should have been straight over the touchline. Bouncing, of course, not out on the full.
So what are we now? We're 2 minutes and counting, and Leeds in possession with Ablett.
All it takes is one break.
A little fumble, but he held on Peacock and got the ball away to Clarkson.
A lot of the Wigan fans thought that that last pass might have been a touch forward. Anxious moment for Sean Wayne.
It is. He's up and down off his seat. He's up and down off his seat like a yo-yo. Here comes the last tackle for the Leeds Rhinos. The kick from Sinfield or Maguire. Now then, is Ablett onside? The ball has bounced. The ball has bounced. And Wigan come up with the goods. And here goes Joe Burgess. Oh, until he comes into a brick wall called Luluai. Bowen.
Good work by the fullback. Went into dummy half, made sure he took the ball. He'll get up as slow as he can. It's up the jumper time this now, fellas.
It's Sargentson. We're in the last minute.
And this is where Matty Smith has to make sure it gets into touch. One more to go. Control. Keep your head.
If we win it, this will be the best win ever, said Sean Wayne just 24 hours ago. And he's lived on his nerve endings all the way through this match. And Matty Smith drills it to the touchline and does exactly as Dr. Steve-O says. And Wigan supporters believe that this is their night again at the Magic.
He does too, and so does Matty Smith. He just says, fellas, we tackle like demons, because that's virtually what they've done throughout this game.
19 seconds remaining. Leeds rushed to the scrum to
now then,
halt the clock.
This should be a kick and chase for Ryan Hall or Ben Jones-Bishop. We can still see, amazingly, that Matty Bowen is in the line, the front line. It's a kick and chase, surely.
It might be more than that. It might be a run from Hall. Oh, it went behind Joel Moon. It's scooped up by Maguire. They're going backwards, Leeds. They need to go forward. Hardaker over the top. Wigan have won it. Wigan have won the match at the Magic against Leeds for the second year in a row. Look at the delight on Sean Wayne's face. He has planned this with these youngsters. The game plan was simple. Run, harry and tackle for your lives, and that's exactly what they've done. And Wigan are in the mix for the League Leaders Shield now.